bleary seaside town of Briancliff was always quiet. Until one day, mysterious portals to the Astral Plane start to open up around town, letting nightmare monsters in. Now, an intrepid group of adventurers needs to traverse the Astral Plane in their dreams and close the portals before anything too dangerous gets through. This is Dungeons and Dreamquests.
Well, hello, you wonderful nerds, and welcome back to Dungeons and Dreamquests. I'm Jackie, I am the DM here, and I will be playing everybody except for these two lovely people. So who the hell are you?
Hi, I'm Eliza, and I will be playing Elindir, the Twilight Cleric.
I am Stevie. They, them, or she, her. I will be playing Rizzy, or I guess, as I have here, on Roll20. Busy Rizzy is her new nickname. I don't know how that happened. There is a past me who remembers, but I did not write that in my notes, alas. So we'll have to rediscover it.
But is Rizzy actually busy?
We will find out. Look, I'll be honest. You know, she's an artificer. She probably has had multiple make work jobs, like looking like you're making a piece of metal weld to another piece of metal or something. You know, that's it's par for the course.
Yeah, checks out.
Oh gosh. Sorry, I was going to try to say something witty, but alas, my mind blanked.
It happens.
Yep, it sure does. Yeah, just let me check something. The audio for this screen. Do I have an echo? Oh, I do have an echo on stream. Great, okay. Do I echo now? Had a feeling that I had an echo. Okay, is this thing on? Is this thing on? What's audio input capture to? And what's audio output capture to? Hello? Hello? Okay, so that's my mic and that's my mic. Hiding that.
It's fine. We didn't spend 30 minutes trying to sort out our sound before this.
Yeah, turns out that there was one more audio screen.
You know, let me take a look if I am echoing as well.
Hello?
Oh. Okay, he hears it across the board, so...
Oh, okay, so I definitely have some repetitiveness going on. Okay, you guys say something.
Oh, what would you like me to say?
Howdy.
Howdy.
Yeah. Y'all know that thing in sci-fi action films where there are the two characters who, look the same and the sidekick is pointing a gun, which one's the real one?
Yes.
Yeah. I definitely, Okay.
That's the problem. We've got a runaway Kenku around here, and it's just causing havoc.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's like we've got a green light.
Okay, is that any better? Okay, I think we got it fixed. Awesome. Perfect. I will save these settings and hide the ones that are irrelevant.
Beautiful.
So that
Thank
way...
you so much, audience,
Thank
for helping us out with this.
You're the best. We owe you. Inspiration to the audience. Use that, I don't know, to try and buy a donut or something. I don't know what you can do with it.
Challenges you have going on. You have inspiration.
You have my inspiration. Yeah. I don't know what exactly inspiration would do outside of the game, but you have it. Okay, and our fourth player, Megan, will be joining us soon. She had a medical family thing, so she'll be back hopefully by partway through the session. Okay, so what the hell happened last session?
Well, I mean, there's one big one that's on my mind, but do we want to cover small things before I cover the thing that's giving me a panic?
I know, I'm very mean.
I mean, we had those little gazer problem in town. You know, I used my towel a lot, so that was nice.
Yeah, we finally convinced the City Watch, such as it exists in this town, of the gravity of the situation, perhaps. Yeah, a lot of thawing people out, a lot of spiced beverages in blankets.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like these planar portals are appearing in all sorts of basements. The basement culture here just is clearly enabling these extraterrestrial invaders.
Yeah, they're very well connected. The basement culture. It's
it's
The
all
basement
big,
culture.
It's big basement. There's a
Big
there's a
basement conspiracy.
They're in on it. The basement builders. Like big corporate basement. Convincing us all we need them.
You've heard of the Big Basement Union, of course. It's
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. There's a Tony Soprano being like, needs more basements. Come on, let's look at these blueprints.
What if basements, but too much?
Yeah.
Oops, all basements. I feel like that's like pretty much my old apartment. It's just literally oops, all basements. Gotta love New York City.
Yeah, it's just a detective show and realizing this isn't the first floor. This is the second basement. Oh no.
You try to go upstairs and it's
There's
just
so many
another
games
fucking basement.
There's so many games that is the trope, though, where you go into this office building and it's like, nope, there's 20 floors of basement. Just.
Did you know that the big Macy's in New York City has like 8 stories of basement space? And a lot of it is dedicated to just getting the windows, like the fancy holiday windows and the parade shit figured out.
I mean, they're known for it, so
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, I watched a documentary about it like years ago, and for some reason that really stuck with me. It's like there's like 8 floors of basements under the big Macy's.
Oh gosh.
Anyway, so intense basement culture,
Yeah.
and I suppose we got up on the roof, unfortunately for me, over at the factory, and we peered in on the teddy bears that are eating fabric, and they seem to be okay for another day, maybe. So, timeline's coming up to deal with that soon. What else? Oh, Rizzy, did you develop some posters, right?
Oh, yeah.
Something with that?
Yeah, help around town. And we talked a little bit about meeting with the mayor, maybe the following day.
Again.
Maybe getting some assistance from nearby areas. Like, let's see where I have. Is it Mylarel's the closest? Mylarel, sorry.
Yeah, Mylarel is one of the closer towns. Then there's Stonebanks, Hunt's Crest, and then there's the capital of Grand Luray.
Yeah, so maybe getting some sort of coordinated efforts in case this is affecting other nearby settlements. But
Yeah,
this-
probably wise. You have the brain cell.
Yeah.
I certainly do not, so.
Well,
no thoughts, good vibes.
Yeah. Honestly, that is a mood.
But I suppose that brings us up to the thing that's giving me a panic, which is we gave Wizard Al the book, and he did not react well to getting the book.
Yeah, the book that you found in the mysterious locked chest in the caverns under Brynecliff.
Yeah, the one that gave Rizzy a panic, I probably should have thought twice about this, but this is assuming I thought once about giving it to Wizard Al, and I did not.
Yeah. And he went to go cast, I believe it was Comprehend Languages on it. And flip it open. And you saw his eyes turn solid black. And almost like staticky. And then he starts holding his head and he crumples down in pain, almost like he's screaming silently, but he's not making any noise. And his eyes are open, just wide and full of static. And then he just stands up and his eyes turn again black. And he says, "No one resides behind those eyes." And he blinks, and one eye turns red and cat-like, and the other one turns green and cat-like. And then he blinks again, and then just shakes his head a little bit. And he's like, "What happened? Sorry, can I help you with something?"
That's not how that's supposed to go, right? I'm not familiar with this, but I'm just...
And he looks down at the book. "Oh, right. I was... Oh, well, that's not a good sign."
Yeah, no.
I
may
don't
I
remember
just,
anything.
I'm just gonna take that from you. Just...
I think that would be wise, and I would advise you to keep this out of, unknown hands.
Yeah. Are you okay? Just...
Bit of a headache.
I'm stuffing it back in an e-girl sock right now.
Yeah.
Rolling that sucker up over this book. Just...
Hell of a headache, but, whew. And he looks like he's just a little out of it. Like, kind of like his brain's been a little frazzled or zapped.
Yeah. Let's, maybe we should get you sitting down and...
Yeah, he pulls up one of the stools and just kind of parks his butt there. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sorry I don't have the answers you seek. I wasn't able to comprehend it without... Well, I wasn't able to remember comprehending it. All I can tell you...
Do you remember anything you said?
No, I just remember... I'm retracing my steps, and I'm remembering you knocking on the door and everything, even though it was after hours, but, don't remember anything after that. Where did you find this?
In the cave system, down underneath Brynecliff.
The caves?
Yeah, where near the portal, honestly, if you go down in the system, there's a little chest. It was full of socks and this.
Yeah, it was warded in some manner as well. Presumably an anti-theft measure.
Makes sense that it would be near the portal and socks, okay. Well, it is a portal to the astral, so Socks could make sense.
The socks make sense?
Oh,
How so?
yes, socks are currency in the astral plane.
We may want to go back for that chest at some point.
Now, does any specific kind of socks or...
Any socks will do. And, yes, there is also a way that you can get socks in the astral plane.
But any socks, like wool socks?
Wool
Is it-
socks, knitted socks, any socks will do. Big socks, little socks. A sock is a sock.
Is there a conversion rate at all, or is it just socks or socks?
Are they all the
Socks
same
are
denomination?
socks. Socks are socks, but they can be sold. Well, they could be exchanged for memories.
Okay.
Like your memories, someone else's memories, or...
Your memories.
Okay. Yeah.
And depending on the significance of the memory, you get more socks.
Okay. Okay. That's I don't know why this is the thing that makes sense to me, but
Dream logic.
dream logic. This I can track this. We're talking about textiles. I know textiles. I know my way around a pair of socks, okay?
But yes, it could be the finest silk embroidered sock, and it's still only worth one sock, just as much as a ratty old sock. I mean, I guess that's where socks go when they disappear in the wash.
Huh. That would track.
So, Rizzy's now thinking about... Could someone enlarged reduce themselves down? Like, If only we could, convince... Like, do a proper approximation of a sock, sock polymorph. I don't know. So many questions.
I have ideas now, but they're only related to textiles, which is why I'm allowed to have ideas.
You're going to hack my economy with knitting, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought that's why you gave me the self-knitting knitting, and then made a sock. These pieces go together already.
It is a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing more dangerous in a campaign than a party of all guild artisans.
Yeah, you're going to break my economy, and I'm here for it. Because the more magic items you buy, the more high-level monsters I can throw at you.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not good at strategy. I am good at weaving, and you gave me a weaving economy.
Yeah.
Get a weaver, get a smith, and then what happens is the Taras gets caught in a very big net, and sorry, can't destroy the economy now or whatever.
Anyway, to get back to the panic of the moment, though, aside from the sock economy that has taken over my brain,
So Wizard Owl is still rubbing his temples, and he has kind of like a cold sweat on his forehead.
I would like to see if I have access to this. I'd like to medicine check him and just make sure he's
You certainly can.
okay. Yeah.
I will guidance you.
Okay, you can definitely do
Okay.
that.
So I have a base 3. I am proficient, so
So that should be like 5, I believe.
yeah. Let me see here.
Okay.
Solid.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yep. Ooh, very nice. Total of 21. Yeah, you can tell that this is kind of... It looks like it was like some sort of charm effect paired with some sort of psychic damage. He'll be fine. He'll just be a little dazed for maybe an hour or two.
Okay.
But, a bit of rest, bit of time, bit of tea maybe. But beyond that, there's not much you can do.
Okay. That calms me down a little bit.
Yeah. Doesn't seem to be anything permanent with just the brief moment that he was trying to read the book.
Still, the words were concerning. There's nothing behind the eyes.
Yeah, I mean, feel free to let us know, or one of your employees let us know if you have the headaches again anytime soon.
Certainly, I can send you a message using sending if this does not improve, but I'm already starting to feel a bit better. Just everything's kind of hazy. Whew.
It should hopefully clear in a couple hours, though.
That's what I'm hoping. I might go to bed a bit early and take a break from what I was previously working on.
Oh, not to pry, but just as a budding mage myself.
Oh, I was working on. You were requesting another one of those floaty rubber ducks, right?
Oh yes.
Yeah, I was working with George on another one of those, and it was going pretty well. And if George continues the work, we should be able to get it done in time for you.
Oh, thank you kindly.
Of course. I mean, it's not particularly heavy lifting.
Well,
It's not like you wanted that model over there. And he gestures to the self-sweeping broom that's been kind of idly flitting back and forth in the corner.
Fair enough.
If only we could create self-sweeping brooms that are also pole arms and could fight the flumps when they come out of basements.
I mean, the enchantment in theory would be the same. This one is just directed to sweep instead of directed to hit things.
Yeah.
I would have to make sure that it knows friend from foe, as opposed to sweeping the floor. Anything on the floor gets swept up.
Yeah, it would. I mean, given that all of the creatures tend to have that red eye, green eye thing, I mean, that could be something to consider, probably from a design perspective.
When I'm...
Could you maybe... I'm trying to figure out how to articulate this. Ignore humanoids?
So, like, people with, like, sentience and such.
I mean, not just humanoids are sentient. Rizzy's sort of looking a little bit nervous. But yeah, no, I mean, I think.
I mean, I could try when I'm feeling a bit more with it. I mean,
yeah.
But
No,
I can certainly look into it.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that the broom bristle part is optional and just a wooden staff could suffice.
Yeah, I mean,
Are we making an enchanted just thwacking stick?
Yeah.
I mean, I could make an enchanted thwacking broom. Because I do have plenty of brooms to work with.
I mean, and yeah, that is close enough to like a club or a quarterstaff, perhaps.
I mean, you can shoo away rats with a broom, so why not shoo away those flumps that you mentioned?
Yeah, we
The
could.
treants.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yeah, that that's actually a good idea.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we can use it to shoo away the tree ants. DM, you get an inspiration. Because that's actually pretty smart. He says, George, can you write that down so that way I remember? Because I know I'm not going to remember that in this state, but yeah, we can see what we can do.
One thing I wonder as well, have the local colony of tree ants, such as, we can describe them around here, have any of them ever been captured for study just to see if there are any... As far as we know, they're just normal tree ants, right?
Nobody's really thought to do that.
No thoughts, only good vibes.
Yeah, no thoughts, only vibes.
Because, if we looked at them more closely, if we could figure out maybe something that they are averse to, like a smell or even like a scarecrow, of just something that might particularly disturb this local population, some sort of stimuli to repel them.
Yeah, that's really smart. That's really smart.
So far, they don't seem to really care about anything other than finding their food. So,
Yeah.
it's hard to say. People have tried all sorts of things, putting up chimes, banging pots and pans. They don't seem to care.
Yeah. Short of poisoning their food or something. Which...
Oh, they've tried poisoning them.
Oh.
Doesn't seem to do a whole lot.
They got better. Oh dear.
And no, I am totally not projecting my struggles with the pigeons that have taken over my balcony into this fictional town.
Oh.
Yeah, the Kevins, they have won the war. I have given up. The pigeons win. Oh, I named my pigeons all Kevin. And every morning I wake up, I'm like, fuck you, Kevin. And they're like, ooh, ooh. Anyway. Well, if I were you, I wouldn't tell anybody about that book. Unless you really feel like you know them and trust them. Because that was, from what I remember, worrying. And from what I don't remember, even more worrying.
Yes. From the outside, yes.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your time, and apologies for the whammy it did to you there for a bit.
Oh, it's nothing. I've dealt with worse. You never know what's going to go wrong when you're, trying to make different arcane items, and sometimes the broom of sweeping swings around a bit fast and it gets you.
Yeah, Rizzy sort of looks off, like stares off in the middle distance. Sometimes your alchemy jug can only make slime.
Self-heating teapot kind of bursts into flames. You understand the struggle.
Bag of holding gets put in another bag of holding. Uh-oh.
Oh, well, that's just a rookie mistake.
Yeah. That's more something I remember
They
from...
pull those now. Just...
Although I do have something. And he pulls out a satchel. This is a bag of bags. And he holds it up. And it looks like a pretty simple rucksack. And he pulls out a
bag of bags.
Oh, yes, I sold you one. Yes. Mm-hmm. And it can fit as many bags inside of it as you wish. And as long as you can fit whatever it is that you wish to store in there inside of one of the bags, it works similar to a bag of holding, but I think it's a little more convenient.
I had a mutant fish in mine.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
I gave it to Rizzy.
So that's what I was smelling. Okay. I thought that...
Oh, I thought I had the air freshener on it. Oops.
Oh, right. Never mind. I forgot about that. He says, oh. curious
Specifically
gift.
the C one.
Right, the one that smells like the cheap Suave conditioner.
Yes.
Well, I best be getting to bed. I should probably sleep off this whatever the hell's that was, because I think rest would suit me well.
Understandable. Yeah. No, just sorry.
Yeah, apologies.
Understood, and I am glad that you kept me in the loop, even if it did result in, well, my brain being a bit fried. It was just a, more of a stir fry, less of a deep fry, thankfully. Does that make sense? I don't know. I think I might have a concussion.
Not that I noticed.
Okay, that's good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I should probably
Otherwise,
get one of my
rest.
True. I should probably go get one of my pouches of colding and put it on my head.
Okay. We should. Do you want to head back to the tavern, Rizzy?
Sure, yeah. Let's see. Real quick, if there's anything that I've had listed. Stop off. Nope. Yeah, well, we should definitely make a beeline back over to the tavern, and we'll do our best to keep our eyes open in case any more strange happenings might create a detour, I guess.
Okay. Well, I hope that you have a pleasant evening. Oh, and if you use the sleep masks, do let me know in the morning.
Will do.
Okay. And he and George leave through the back door, and you presumably exit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, and you make your way over to the tavern. And you can see a few patrons there, kind of nursing their drinks. One person's reading what seems to be some sort of newspaper. You see that Trish is kind of psionically stirring a pot of something that smells pretty good. And Larry, being the barkeep, is just polishing glasses. And you can see the things that you put over the trapdoor still kind of conspicuously covering it up.
Any bumps in the night thus far? Or...
Oh, not that I've known, not that I've noticed. So far, so good.
Okay.
Good.
Well, let's see here. Rizzy's going through her jug to see if there's any remaining spiced beverage for later. But
There was a whole lot of chaos outside, and a few of the town's guards came in. They mentioned something about being frozen.
Yes. We kind of helped thaw them out. They're a little bit of danger. Some creatures similar to the ones that have been coming in through the tavern basement there.
Oh, so it's not just me. Okay, well, that makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
Not much, but a little bit better.
Yeah. We're meeting with the mayor soon, and as well as the captain of the town guard, Killian, to try and figure out maybe a plan for addressing this, getting some assistance from nearby communities. here in the coast. So.
It's good to hear. I don't know how helpful the other towns will be. It's pretty slim pickings all around there, but I don't know. It's worth a shot. Can't hurt.
Yeah.
So, can I get you anything? Drink, food?
I'm pretty set to head up. We ate just before everything went down, so.
Right. Well, I didn't know if, maybe you want something to wash it down. Drinks would be in the house. So, don't sweat it.
Oh, well, I mean, I think I'm probably fine. Rizzy's eyeing a couple nice daguerreotypes of giant wooden ships. And what about you, Ilandir?
I'm set. Yeah, I'm pretty bushed from everything.
Okay, then. I totally understand, and I hope that you get some rest, because sounds like you have been through a hell of a day.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I guess this is maybe hopefully the future days here in Braincliff are less eventful, but we'll see. I'll keep working on the bed, by the way. Rebuilding that bed frame.
Oh, yes, thank you. I definitely would appreciate whatever you can do. I mean, even if you can't get it 100%, any help you can offer is appreciated.
For sure, yeah.
I mean, the amount of time I don't have to spend trying to find a new carpenter, that alone helps a lot.
Well, I'll do my best, and I'm happy to retire, if that sounds good with Ilandir as well. I mean, obviously y'all are going to do whatever y'all want to do, but happy to go do any house calls if you want.
I'm set.
And Rizzy turns around to Maladov. Oh, she must have already.
Oh yeah, your friend, the one with the crabs, she went back upstairs. She said that she wasn't feeling too great either.
I imagine there's just a one tiny little, the smallest of all the crabs, who's at the top of the staircase, just waving a little cloud.
You hear like a little bit of scuttling, just enough scuttling.
Well, the flumps tend not to scuttle, but to float, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, you see like a tiny, tiny hint of blue. Yep, that would be crabby.
Okay, I'm gonna head up to the room then.
Yeah, I'll head up to mine as well.
Okay. So, is there anything you want to do before you go to sleep?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my gear in the bag of bags and then grab a hold of that sleeping mask so that I'm all set. I don't have anything to set up the knitting needles with, so that's a future project. Some yarn, something weavable.
Yeah. I mean, anything's weavable if you try hard enough.
I mean, if you feel that way about it. I do have a couple square yards of cloth of different varieties I could shred up, but
yeah,
I wasn't gonna go that route.
Yeah, that's a little counterintuitive, a little counterproductive.
Rizzy, if it's not too late, she might spend a couple hours doing her best to sort of quietly restore the bed frame as best she can with tinker tools.
Okay, make a Tinker's Tools check.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, I didn't. Should have asked if I had guidance. 14 or 16 if I'm able to
I'm
to
gonna
guidance
go
myself.
with the 14 because since you said it's a couple hours and guidance only lasts 1 minute, you'd have to be spamming guidance, which would break your concentration. So, yeah, you get it. But yeah, 14, you're able to make some progress. It's starting to vaguely resemble a bed. Not necessarily a nice bed, but something that could, in theory, hold a mattress, which is beyond repair. They'll have to replace the mattress, pretty clearly.
Yeah. Mattresses are outside of Rizzy's expertise, but
Yeah.
she's looking at correspondence community college classes for carpenter skills down the line, perhaps.
Yeah. Well, he seems to be enjoying his virtual learning.
Oh gosh. But yeah, that is a pretty much. Rizzy's gonna also probably make herself a little bit of a meal.
Okay.
Do her best
Cool.
to be quiet, sipping her ink and eating her fresh daguerreotypes. Probably should have said what lithographs. Anyway.
Yeah.
But and then she does her usual, walking with her slippers up the side of the wall to the ceiling and wrapping herself in a blanket like a bat.
I love that. That's adorable. I love that. That's so cute. I want to draw this. Okay, so what are you wearing to sleep? The two of you.
Let's see.
Probably just something light fitting tunic. Definitely, like, you wouldn't wear full armor to bed. There's no way to argue for that. So
Yeah, that
just-
would not be very comfortable.
exactly. So when I said I set up my gear in the bag of bags, I meant like I set my armor there. I put my shield is over there, which is also my holy symbol, which is gonna be a problem. I can feel it. But
Yeah, you may want to get a smaller holy symbol of
At
some
some point.
sort. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I forget the bag of bags. Is that something in relation to Dream? Like it's
Mhm.
something that might help us make sure that we have the equipment we need. Is that what?
Based on what Wizard Owl told you, any items that are magical or stored within an extra-dimensional space will go with you.
Okay, so that would include like a bag of holding as
Bag
well.
of holding, bag of bags, anything in there. Yeah.
In that case, yeah, Rizzy is putting her equipment in there. She's probably putting just about everything in her bag of holding. Making sure not to accidentally. She's like, "Do I have a haversack? I don't think I do. I think I sold that off before I got here." But yeah. So Rizzy is probably just wearing her one of her changes of clothes, blanket, and I'm guessing she probably is a little bit frazzled today and forgot to even lock the door and forgot to put the chair underneath the door handle, as she usually does, and she forgot to lock the windows. She's just all over the place, very scatterbrained.
That's a mood. There is no judgment. Okay, so you go to sleep. Do you put on the sleep mask before falling asleep?
Yeah. Who knows?
Okay.
Could be fun.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let me change the music. Okay. You find yourself floating through the silvery violet expanse. As you fall asleep, you notice the world around you fade into view. As twinkling lights and stars and bits of stardust dance in the distance. And you're floating. And you see some far-off islands, and one of them seems like it's fairly close. With your perception, you can see a arcane light, a little light-up marquee, saying the words Dream Mart on it. And it is in front of what looks like just piles of assorted stuff. What do you do? And you are wearing whatever it is that you fell asleep wearing.
Okay. And do we see each other as well?
Yes, you see each other and no other people.
Ilindir, do you see what I'm seeing?
Are you? Or am I dreaming you as being here?
Yeah, I'm imagining Rizzy's wearing a lot of like guild college apparel, like all of that free swag.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, not free. I mean, like it's probably her
included
aunt,
in the tuition.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a Guild U scarf, Guild U hoodie, Guild U, probably running shorts, but also leggings, and like mismatched socks.
Alindir has this loose-fitting, kind of plain tunic initially. At least it once was plain. The thing is, Alindir has spent a lot of time by herself, and she has spent a lot of time practicing her trade. So at this point, this once plain tunic is just covered in embroideries from really basic to really intricate, as this is her practice piece that nobody was really supposed to see. So it's got like these big daisies on it, or it's got intricate leaves in one section, some kind of runic pattern, as it's just... This is what she had on hand to practice during the hard times. So
I love that.
Yeah, all of Rizzy's sweats all have many holes and burn marks on them, just barely stitched together. Like you can tell she is not a weaver by trade.
Yeah, it's kind of like held together with duct tape and not much else.
Staples.
Safety pins,
Yeah.
fabric glue.
Yeah. A few thumbtacks where she like bent the pointy part.
Haven't quite had to do that. And yeah, you're floating in this sparkly purple void.
Well, shall we go to the gift shop?
there's no harm in it.
Well, hopefully not. But yeah, happy to walk right up to that.
Okay. What are your intelligence scores?
You know, there's some things you just don't ask a person, okay?
16.
Do you want the score, or do you want the modifier to double check?
The overall score.
8.
Okay. And what's Rizzy's?
16. So
Okay. So as you go, both of you go and try and take a step, you notice that your feet don't necessarily hit anything, But as you think about where you want to go, your body starts drifting in that direction. Rizzy, you're able to move more or less at the speed that you normally would go at, or a little bit faster. Illindir, you're lagging a little bit. It's almost like something is slowing you down. Your speed in the astral plane will be, it will be 3 times whatever your intelligence score is. And we could round to the nearest 5, because math sucks.
Just nothing about me traversing what should be this very graceful place is graceful at all. I mean, it's a lot of little wiggles and just I'm not steady.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Like, you're trying to figure out how to move here, and it's like there is no ground, and your feet are moving, but they're not really touching anything. So, and you're kind of floating up a little bit, floating down a little bit.
That cartoon moment where you think you're gonna fall and you're just running on air, it's that, and I'm definitely not moving the speed that I'm running.
Yeah, like it's kind of like when my dog is on her leash and she really wants to go out.
Yes.
And she just runs in place. It's just so cute. Yeah, I'm talking about you, fluffy butt. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're kind of doing that. But you're making your way over to the Dream Mart, and you see as you approach, first of all, you are greeted by the stink of garbage. And you see that the piles are actually massive heaps of just discarded trash.
Oh goodness.
It's that's pungent. That's I can taste it in.
It fills your nose, and it's harsh. And as you approach, a shadowy figure appears from behind some shelves. It is a silhouette of a man, kind of scribbled and glitchy, almost like it's constantly being redrawn and is shifting as it stands. Hello. Welcome to Dream Mart. My name is Dream Mart, the mart of your dreams. How may I help you today?
Well, glancing, I'm guessing, let's see. If I did a math correctly, that would make Illindir's speed 25 feet and Rizzy's 50 feet, right? Or are we?
I think it's 45 that yours would be.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't sure if we were rolling up as well as down, because mine would be 48, I think.
Oh, damn. So yeah, you would be 50.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Zippy Rizzy.
Yeah, Rizzy is probably. Oh, I'm sorry, Illindir.
It's fine. I'm gonna get there.
Yeah, my comrade here will be with us shortly. No rush.
I'll get there.
Oh,
you don't need to hold the door. Just.
Dream Mart. Do you prefer? Do you have specific?
You can call me Dream Mart, or you can just call me Mart.
Okay. Mart. Hello. We are new. New in town. New in the neighborhood. I'm not.
You see the head of the silhouette kind of move a little bit, almost like he's looking you up and down, both of you. He says, "Oh, I see. You're dreamwalkers, aren't you?"
Yes, we are. Just.
I mean, the walking's not working so good right now, but
he kind of chuckles a little bit, and he says, "You'll get used to it. It's a little odd at first, I understand, but it'll make a lot more sense eventually."
Yeah, we're kind of, dipping our toes in the shallow end here. Suppose you could say. One thing, when Rizzy reaches for her bag of holding, does it seem to be there, or?
It does.
I just wanted to make sure,
Yeah.
just in case, like Rizzy's like, oh, bad landing, and then looks over and along the Dream Mart shelves, like has to search for her equipment.
Yeah. And beyond the shelves, you can see that there's like a wall of assorted netting and rope that's kind of tied off, making it kind of like a boundary between the shop and the rest of, well, what seems to be the heaps of scavenged goods and garbage, essentially. And you can see little lights kind of flickering in different colors and then disappearing rapidly, flashing in and out of existence in various colors.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, Mart, what's the like the distribution chain like here in Dream Mart? Like, do you have like a lot of dream boats coming in and dropping off dream supplies, or?
Yes, actually, although most of what I sell here is scavenged wares from the astral trash lands behind me. The various people who live in the trash lands scavenge goods, and I buy them off of them, and sometimes they come pre-fixed, and sometimes I have to do a little bit of tweaking. Sometimes the stuff is sold just as is, but it's worth it. And pretty much this is where things go when they're discarded, forgotten, or they just kind of end up in the astral plane.
It's kind of sad a little bit.
Yeah, but the people here seem to enjoy whatever they can get. And he says, and anything that they think is worth selling, they bring here. And anything that I think I can sell off city, when a trader comes through, I sell it off to them.
Well, Ilandir, you see anything that I'm not. Sorry, I'm usually on the other end of the counter. I forget how to customer good. We'd be happy to peruse your wares.
Certainly, yeah. So, we have all sorts of stuff. I mean, some of it is a little odd since it's secondhand or scavenged wares. But I have some different pieces of armor here, and he gestures to kind of these mismatched suits of armor and leathers. They're all like miscolored. The leather armor is a little chewed up, and the plate armor is all rusted. But it looks like it's held together well enough. It can last through a decent number of fights. And I have some of the simple weapons, and I have some rope, and the usual. Then I have these are real fun. These are spell scrolls of misspells. Usually discarded by wizards when they get frustrated that they messed up on one of their spell scrolls. So I have a spell here. It's supposed to be a wish spell, but it ended up being a fish spell.
A wish for a fish?
No, just for fish. And then I have Thunder Crap, which is one of my favorite ones. And Fold Person.
That last one sounds terrifying.
Yeah, it's pretty freaky. And then we have you can get them individually, and then I also have some grab bags of random spell scrolls. Some of them might be misspells. Some of them are just cantrips that weren't worth keeping around. Then I have potions. I wasn't able to identify all of them, but if you're willing to take a bet, I'll give you a discount on the ones that are unlabeled. And then I have some fun stuff here. I have a Rouge's dagger. And it kind of gives you pretty red lipstick and blusher when you use it. And he gestures to something that just doesn't really fit in on the shelf at all. He points to a banana. And I have, this here is a banana phone. Once per day, you can talk into it, and you will be able to talk to one random person on any plane of existence who happens to be near a banana.
Oh. I believe if I remember correctly, the great wizard Raffi created that.
I believe so. I think that this might have actually been one of his prototypes. I've been thinking of maybe trying to unload it to the mages of Mershan, but I don't know. I kind of want to see if I can sell it here. And then we have bear claw gauntlets that can possibly turn your hands into bear claw pastries.
What do we think? I mean, Maladov might like that.
And I have boots made for walking, and they let you walk a little bit faster and walk pretty well, but there is a chance that the boots will walk all over you, so...
You know, there are people who pay good money for that. Just...
That is true, and I'm hoping that one of them will come by my shop. And then these here leggings, and he points to these bright pink leggings that have almost like a fishnet ruching on them. These are leggings that just make anybody's butt look amazing. Even mine, I don't even have one anymore. And he turns around, and you see that he's completely flat, like two-dimensional.
Oh, how much are the leggings?
They're 150 socks.
Oh.
And I will say that they give you +1 on all persuasion checks.
Oh. How many socks do we have in Lindir?
Not 200.
Oh.
I don't sleep in socks, so...
And then we have one last item here that might catch your eye. It is a psychic nose ring. It lets you smell the future. You choose one specific time within the next week, and it'll give you an inkling of what might be ahead. Oh, and then we also have a disembodied mage hand. Somebody conjured a mage hand and kind of decided to do its own thing, and you see the mage hand just kind of flip you off.
Oh, hey.
It's got some attitude on it.
Yeah, it's been a rough one.
I can fix that mage hand. Sorry.
No, Prissy. No, you can't.
You see that the mage hand is kind of like handcuffed to the to one of the shelves.
Handcuffed and maybe finger cuffed as well.
No, it's not finger cuffed. It definitely can still flip you off.
Oh. Oh goodness. Well, I mean, I figure we probably need to make some sock investments, grow our sock portfolio, right, Ilindir?
You mean get socks, right?
Yeah. Make, I suppose, there's always the chance we could deal with the bears in that factory and find some sort of business arrangement for sock mass production in the future, perhaps.
Well, if you want, I can call up the sock gremlin and she can get that all sorted for you.
Oh.
Lula! And he kind of rings a small, deli counter bell. And you see one of the piles of clothes kind of start to rustle, and then it swirls around and coalesces into a vaguely humanoid form of this little furry person, about maybe 2-3 feet tall. with a giant sock on its head and these big old ears, kind of like a gremlin, and socks as arms and wearing just patchwork socks as clothes. Hi, I'm Lula. I'm a sock gremlin.
I knew they were real.
Oh yes, I am very real.
That. Hello, I'm Rizzy. Sorry, just little bit of a space cadet today.
It's okay. I'm a sock gremlin.
Oh, I've never met a sock gremlin before.
How else do you always lose one of a pair of socks? Just
Exactly. And she just has like these big old floppy socks as arms.
Oh.
And with every gesture, the socks just flap and flop.
like, I'm sure in another sense this is adorable, but I feel like I have been personally slighted by, by soft gremlins in my life.
Well, you see, I don't steal the socks. I don't really know who steals them, but all I know is I can make them appear for your memories.
You pull socks from memories.
I pull socks from my arms in exchange for the memories.
Oh. So are you sort of a sock broker, would you say?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm a sock gremlin.
Goodness. Is this a point we need to say to anyone listening? This is not this character is not representing Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, the Brazilian former president, who's running again. I think next year or this year.
Okay.
We are not affiliated with the Brazilian Workers' Party or with Bolsonaro in any way.
Yeah, she was actually named after Cholula hot sauce.
Oh,
The one I have on my side table is actually Tabasco, but I usually have Cholula on my side
dare
table.
you?
Yeah. I think I finished my bottle of Cholula and I had to go into my backup.
yeah.
So, what sorts of memories do you trade for socks?
Well, they can't be sad memories. They have to be neutral or happy memories. And a smaller memory of, like a nice dinner you had once or watching the sunset with your friends. That can give you 500 socks. A larger memory, like your graduation or your wedding or, I don't know, the day you got your black belt. That would be 5,000 socks. And then you could sell the memory of a whole person for 50,000.
Does the person have to be someone who conjures up happy memories, or?
At least some of the memories have to be happy, yeah.
I mean, is there like a mathematical equation of happy to sad memories, or?
She just shrugs. I'm a sock gremlin.
Ilandir, do you have anything that you would like to
The problem is I'm not sure I would want to let anyone go or anything go. Like, how do I know who I'd be without those things? Ilandir's thinking way too deep on this for being 8 in intelligence. She's logic looping and. Mm-hmm. And to be frank, of the items that you could potentially trade for, the only thing that's catching her eye is some of the mismatched armor. And there hasn't been, aside from the first dream, there hasn't really been a threat yet. So I don't think she's feeling any need to pick anything up right now or any need to trade, really.
Mark, do you have any more exclusive items or like behind the curtain items that would be
If I had anything better than this, it'd definitely be on sale. I mean, definitely want to put my best stuff forward. You can see that there's like assorted tools and supplies, and like there's tinkerer's tools. You think you see a lockpick set, you see some playing cards.
I mean, I might need some time to think about these things. Just
Sure thing. And yeah, I can always just call Lula back.
Mm-hmm.
or Lula's assistant, Dilma Rousseff, the vice president of Lula da Silva, famously. But
So do you have any he looks particularly at Illinger and he says, "Since I can tell you're kind of new here, do you have any questions about the Astral Plane or how things work here?"
Do you know anything about a cat-eyed creature with 2 color eyes?
Let's see, does he? I should probably roll for this. Unfortunately, no, I don't really know anything about that.
Sorry, just something from another dream. As
Another
vivid
dream.
as this.
do you know anything about flumps behaving in manners uncharacteristic of flump kind?
Can't say I do. I mean, I know that flumps sometimes are found kind of near Gith or even Mind Flayer outposts. They're drawn to the psionic energy, and they have a lot of that.
But as far as flumps, say, being a little more ravenous in their appetites,
That doesn't really ring a bell, sorry.
thank you.
Wish I knew more about that. So, what brings you all to the Astral Plane? Don't get too many new visitors here.
We fell asleep. And I'm just examining things behind him, and that's the explanation I give is just we fell asleep, and now we're here.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, if you have any other questions about the astral plane or even the Trashlands specifically or my shop, feel free to let me know.
Do you know about any portals to other planes opening up?
Oh, yeah. All those lights back there, each one of those is a portal.
They all are.
Yeah. Yeah. Trash from all the different planes of existence all ends up here.
Do you know of any that are stable? They seem to be blinking in and out.
Not that I know of. They usually are just a little blinky like that. You know, one minute they're there, next minute they're not after they dump whatever they have to dump.
Are there any particular like major thoroughfares or points of interest? Like, say somebody visits your Dream Mart, where would be a like? Is there a food court nearby or anything where a locale you can point to that that is in the vicinity and which other visitors are tend to visit as well?
Well, here in the Trashlands, you might be most interested in the Possum King's Tower. He rules over this place, and he has all the best stuff.
This Possum King also uses socks as currency, correct?
Yeah. Or you could barter with them.
I suppose that would involve us having something to barter with.
Yeah, it would.
Does Lula tend to frequent the tower?
Not really. He's pretty set on socks and memories. I mean, he is the king.
Oh. Well, I mean, in terms of finding sock gremlins in and around the vicinity of the tower, or would we need to take the bus back over here? So.
You'd have to come back here.
Okay.
But in terms of locations off of here, gonna say Silver Lantern Tavern is pretty good. It's a pretty long trip from here, but it's definitely worth checking out. A good place to unwind and relax. And then there's the city of Ulthar, land of cats.
How far away is that?
That's only a short trip. Most trade routes usually go from here to Ulthar. On their way, they stop either at Mershan, the hidden city of mages, or the Silver Lantern, depending on, what inventory they have on board.
Interesting. So you mentioned the Possum King's Tower nearby, the Silver Lantern a little farther away, this hidden mage city.
Of Mershan, and Ulthar, City of Cats. And I can send you all a map, if you want, after this.
Sure.
Now, there are some places that you definitely want to avoid. Well, there's the boneyards, first of all. I mean, I don't know what business you would have going near the boneyards, but that is a Githyanki outpost. Massive city. You don't want to go even near there. And then, you might be tempted to go to the sunken spires of Galdesh, but let me tell you, it is not worth it.
Oh?
I mean, yes, there's a massive hoard of treasure there. But, there's also tons of Gith raiders there trying to get their own coin. And, a not-so-friendly dragon.
Could I roll something on Gith and or dragon? Or...
Yeah, roll a history check.
Okay. 14.
14. You have heard of the Gith. You know that they are, they generally live on the Astral Plane, and they tend to be these fierce, psionic, almost like space pirate people. And with a 14, you know that they do have some sort of tie to red dragons in particular. But you're not exactly sure how deep that goes.
Yeah, not privy to any agreements that a certain a certain undead queen in a certain city with a tongue twister of a name might have with the certain mother of dragons.
Yeah, you don't know about that, but you know that they sometimes ride dragon wormlings into battle. At least that's what the rumor says.
Based on that roll, would I know that there are other Gith who are maybe different to just keep an eye out for? Or
I'll say, yeah, you know that there is another group of Gith, but they aren't as frequently talked about.
They're not as famous in
not as famous because they're not as feared.
Yeah. Who wants to read about a bunch of people meditating, you know?
Yeah, that's not quite as exciting as like space pirates on flying dragons, you know? That's fucking cool.
Probably says something about our society's value system that we would find space pirates so much more noteworthy. Well.
And if you're ever looking for some entertainment, there is the Theater of Dreams. That's where pretty much all other dreams play out that aren't lucid dreams. You can join the audience and watch people go through their dreams, or you can try and go through a dream on your own while having complete lucidity. Could be fun. And you might hear mention of the Tower of Shadows. Just stay away from there, you know? Just don't. And you might also hear about the Islands of Garou, but again, don't advise going there. It's not very pleasant.
Ilandir, do you think we should... It sounds like any of these places we'd want to visit, socks would need to be spent in the venture.
It sounds like it. Either in gear to be able to get there, or at the location itself. There is a memory. It's a good one, but it's not essential, I don't think. that I might
Lula
be able
says-
to part with.
Yeah, Lula tilts her head and she says, "What kind of memory is it?"
It's of a wedding. It's I did some repair work on a dress and a veil for a family member, and there was so much going wrong that day. To be honest, it's one of those memories that it doesn't seem good when you think back on it. Just fighting and everything, but everybody came together, and the veil was beautiful when done with the most delicate stitch work and the train, and it was just it's a moment of pride for me.
I'd say that's a pretty big memory. I could give you 5,000 socks for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Okay,
think
so you want to sell that?
yeah.
Okay,
I'll,
and she gestures for you to come closer.
I move over where they need me to.
Okay, and she puts her hands up and gestures for you to squat down. And then she puts...
I let this little gremlin embrace me, just.
Okay, and she puts her sock arms on your head, and you feel almost like this numb, tingly static fill your face and your head. And you kind of blink and shake your head, and all of a sudden, you feel like something's been taken. And Lula says, "Thank you." And then she starts taking the socks off her arms, and more socks grow, and she's just pulling socks off her arms, and leaves behind this massive, massive pile of socks. And then she steps aside next to it. The pile ends up bigger than she is.
What? A little confused.
I'm a sock gremlin.
Right. I turn back to Mar. I know something's gone, but we're talking about needing currency to move through here and needing equipment. So I'm gonna focus on that for now. And
Yeah. It'll all seem a lot more normal when you're used to it.
what do you have in the way of armor?
Armor? I have some plate. I have some chainmail. And I have some plain leather armor.
What are the prices on those?
The plate armor goes for about, well, this one's pretty rusty, so I'll say it's half off. So that would be about 600 socks. And then the chainmail, that one would be 400, and the leather armor would be 200.
That's trying to review my sheet to see what I normally use. I have to worry about differing amounts. I'm gonna say I'm in plate, but I can't see where I notated it.
I think that you had scale mail.
You're right. I had scale mail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
And I can give you I can give you a list of just all the items that he has. My ring snagged my hair. So I will post that in the in-game chat.
As far as armors, medium armors, yeah. What chain, shirt, scale mail, breastplate, half plate.
Okay. I'm trying to load it up.
Yeah, you said leather. Was it chain shirt or chain mail?
It's I think it's chainmail. The one that's
And-
medium.
Oh, that's a chain shirt. It looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because full plate is heavy.
Yeah.
I don't.
Right.
It like, what is it like? You can't even cast a spell good if you're not proficient with the armor. which
Yeah.
is-
Okay, so I'll put this in the lore and info channel on Discord.
let's see.
Taking a look.
It's in a book. Let's see here. Don't know if this would fall under
Well, one thing is for certain. Rizzy mentioned earlier that they were looking for a tinkering / kit. Special. So I think I'm going to grab a set of those and just kind of push it across the counter to Rizzy.
oh, I think
Yeah, there's like a little toolbox available.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's, before anything else, that's going to be something that I pass to Rizzy and just.
thank you.
Oh, and you also see assorted like silverware, like a spoon and a fork that look pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
Rizzy walks up to Lula and says, I don't know if this would count as like a big or small memory.
Yes.
But the memory when I finished the written portion of my ascension exam, and celebrating with my family and feeling like a family for the first time.
That is a pretty big memory. That's a good one. Can I have it?
I remember Koska calling me sister for one of the first, probably one of the only times I can remember that. And holding my hand to her cheek and saying that that soon I will honor my birth mother, who entered angelhood to cover my tuition. They even baked me a cake.
Oh.
We didn't usually celebrate birthdays or other events like that in the trust, but I figure the next time I see my half-sister, given how things are, pleasant memories of her are only going to make it more difficult, so...
Okay. That's a really big memory. I mean, if you want, I can just take the memory of her as a whole.
If I do that, then I'm afraid I put you, pointing to Ilandir, and Maladov in danger. I would rather just forget anything good I can remember about her.
Okay, I can do that. And she gestures for you to bend down.
Okay.
And she puts her sock-clad hands on your head. And immediately that sense of worry and sadness and melancholy and longing is lifted, and your mind goes completely blank as it's filled with the numb static and tingling. And you remember now that you are in a shop in the Astral Plane, and you're here to buy some cool stuff with socks. And she also makes a massive pile of socks, pulling the socks off of her arms. Thank you.
Thank you. I sorry I spaced out there just thinking about something I can't quite put my finger on.
Don't try and think about it. You'll give yourself a headache.
How many socks was that? Like 5,000?
Yeah, you each get 5,000 socks.
The leggings for sure.
Okay.
Not that there's a certain postmaster or Raven's master rather. But
You want the TikTok leggings for your date night.
perhaps,
Out of character, I created that character to be shippable. I was like, I need an angsty boy that people can ship with somebody.
You know, it works.
I know.
I think while Rezzy tries to what they're doing, I'm going to get Mart's attention and ask if he has anything in the way of a shield on sale. Notice it's not in the manifest at all. So,
Well, I have stuff you can use as a shield. Sure, I have different lids of different tins. I have some wooden boards that are pretty solid and reinforced. Depending on the material that you get, yeah, plenty of stuff that you can use as a shield. We can take some of this, and he pulls up some leather scrap, and he says we can attach it to this, and yeah, it's a shield.
And how much would it be to?
Oh, that would only go for probably about for the wooden one 40 socks, for the metal one 60.
Okay, let's go with 60. And you said it was plate armor?
No, it's the lid of like some sort of very large, almost like an industrial tin or vat of something.
They're two different things. So one, we're going to get the
Oh, you're going to get the
shield.
rusted plate and the plate armor? The rusted plate armor and the shield. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I can certainly do that.
Mm-hmm.
And you see him take the armor off the shelf, and you can tell that this was clearly separate, like 5 separate suits of armor that have just been cobbled together, all kind of worn and rusted and dinged up. None of them look like they'll fit you quite right, but you can make it work.
I did buy my good friend a tinker kit.
You did.
Might be able to negotiate something there. So
Sure. How much are we talking? Sorry.
So for the plate armor and the And the shield will be 660 total.
Okay, I've got that calculated on my sheet.
Cool.
Can you wear plate, or would it have to be cut in half?
Actually, that's a good question that I didn't verify.
I'm pretty sure most clerics can wear full plate. Let me check.
It's because it's
No, that's definitely worth looking into. I'm so new to the system, I didn't even think to ask.
it's ring mail, chain mail, splint and plate, or heavy armor.
Yeah.
Nature clerics, forge clerics, war clerics, life clerics get heavy armor, I think.
Yeah, I'm checking to see if the Twilight Cleric gets heavy armor. I'm lagging a little bit.
That's okay.
Yep. As a Twilight Cleric, you do get martial weapons and heavy armor.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yep.
Sure, I can give. Let's see here. 6. Just to make sure I have my. Oh, I'm 4140'd. Oh, I should get an alchemist kit as well, so another 70.
Yeah, it's just like little vials of basic reagents that you would get.
Okay. As best I can, I think I want to try to recreate my kit from the other side. So if there's something akin to a hand axe or then I'm gonna pick those up.
There is a pretty large hammer that you could probably use.
Okay. Yeah.
Are we thinking in case we get separated from our bags, or?
Well, I wasn't sure what came through because I was told that like my shield didn't come through, so I'm just rebuilding my kit from scratch. And
Yeah.
Okay.
Because your shield and armor were too big to fit in the bag of bags.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm just in case I have enough space right now, I'm just making sure I have duplicates of things.
Okay. And I should have enough room for those going forward. Sorry, I just retired early. I should have asked you about that.
Yeah. Well, if that's the case, that would really help me out. My shield is my whole, and it's rather essential.
My bag of holding can hold up to 500 pounds and a volume of 64 cubic feet. I should have taken a look at that earlier.
Dream Mart reaches. Oh, sorry.
Well, maybe then I don't need to be cobbling together stuff. Unless we're just doing it for this session.
It might be good. I could always get my extra kits and maybe put them in your bag.
That would work. I'd be able to carry those for you.
Okay. I'll spend another 60 gold on herbalism kit and thieves tools.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna spend the 5 for rope. Rope is always a good investment.
Yeah. This rope definitely has seen better days and is actually like 4 ropes knotted together, but it will do the trick.
Okay.
And Dream Mart reaches into what seems to be a pocket and pulls out a little gold-toned figurine, and he says, "I forgot that I had this on me." And you can see that it is a tiny figurine of a dog.
Oh.
This is a golden retriever. And you can activate it, and it can fetch something for you that is within about 200 feet.
It's adorable.
Thank you.
Is it for sale, or?
Oh, yeah, he's gonna say 800 socks.
He's a good boy is what he is.
He is a very good boy.
Mm-hmm.
And you can use him once per day. And he'll stick around for up to a minute.
Yeah, I mean, I could do that if we need to lose more or get more monies saved up. Rizzy does have a really funny ascension party that she remembers where
I'm good. I have plenty.
just her half-sister, who she can't remember anything good about, fell in the big punch bowl, and everyone laughed.
Up to you.
Yeah, I mean, I'll toss that out for another 500.
Okay.
That's
That's a smaller memory. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And-
lots of funny student teaching memories, but like, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, so Lula gestures for you to get down to her level again. And she slaps the sock hands on your forehead again, and you feel the familiar tingling. And moment of calm washes over. And next thing you know, you're standing next to another massive pile of socks.
You know what? I'm gonna do it. I have to. I have to know what it does. I'm gonna spend 700 socks and get a wand of thundercrap because I have to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
They do also have it as a spell scroll.
Okay, it's listed on the sheet as a wand. So
Yeah, it's available as both.
Yeah, Mart, do you know like these particular like thundercrab fold person? Do we know?
Well,
have you seen it?
I know that thundercrap. It's not quite pleasant to cast, but it has a pretty solid effect. Well, you can either cast it on yourself, and I'll make you take a massive crap, but whoever's behind you will be faced with thunderous flatulence from you, or you can cast it on somebody that is within a bunch of feet of you, and you can make them undergo that, and anyone behind them would be faced with the flatulence.
I'm just picturing the Fable animation. Anyway.
Oh, psychic nose ring, definitely. Subtract.
I'm gonna pass on the scroll and wand, but
Yeah.
I had to know what it did.
Fair?
Rizzy is now very reticent to ask about fold person because it sounds like body horror or something. Okay, so I'm at 3510. What say you, Elendir? Do these? I mean,
You know what? 100. I'm taking the boots of walking. These boots are made for walking, and I need shoes. Just and either they walk all over me or things happen. I don't.
Is it at the end of every long rest you have to roll a dex save for the boots not to walk on you?
So it says a 1d6. I don't know how often that happens, but
I think that once per rest.
okay, I can handle that.
Yeah.
What,
And
One
on a
of these-
1, they just walk all over you.
okay, you know what? I'm just gonna immediately roll that.
Okay. I want to
Did-
see. Nobody in any of my games has ever bought the boots, so I'm excited.
I move so slow, and with the debacle we had getting me on top of the roof, the added effects of the boots of walking that just walk on surfaces
Yeah.
is solid for me. So
Yep.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get to the right tab eventually.
I know the struggle. I had to do a tab purge before our game.
Yeah. Now does Ilandir now think Rizzy just has those?
No,
boobs already?
you're a crab,
Oh.
right?
Yeah.
Crab
Yeah.
people. Crab people.
Yeah, you're from a crab line, right? The crabs did it, and then you did it. So,
Yep. One of the famous tundra crabs.
yeah, like how spiders are crabs.
All creatures are a type of crab. when you really
Yeah,
think about it.
I heard someone
I
very
too.
smart say everything tries to become crabs. So, yeah, you're
I
just
too
closer to being
would-
a crab than the rest of us.
I too wish to be drenched in butter. Damn, now I
Okay,
want crab
on a
legs.
3, I just managed to put the shoes on. I am not walked all over.
Yeah, they do require attunement. So does the nose ring and the leggings.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, so I'll put an asterisk next to the ones that require attunement.
Yeah.
Appreciated.
I don't know what level artificers get to attune to more than 3 things. It's like level 10 or something, right?
I was thinking of doing a different system of attunement, having your attunement slots be equal to your proficiency bonus instead, and then artificers get whatever bonus on top of that.
Yeah, that's something like, and I run this Eberron game where the party went into like an old House Cannith facility, and there are just so many things to attune to. It's always that. It's like an early Resident Evil game where you're just running back and forth to the item boxes all the time. Just please, zombie, don't get me. I have no weapons. I just have keys. I have to carry 27 keys at all times. But
I think that currently does me for what Mart has at the moment. I'm gonna spend any time that you're debating things, Rizzy, trying to get this armor to work for me.
Okay. It takes a while, and you have to kind of like lean onto like some of the pieces to stretch them quite right.
Oh,
It's-
definitely. There's
It is.
grunting noises. There's lots
Yeah.
of, pressing it up against corners of things. At one point, I had to jump on it. There's a lot of action happening behind Rizzy.
Yeah. You know what? Make an athletics check. Let's see how this goes.
Okay. I am gonna double check. My athletics is. I got a 1. I got a 1. You can make this happen.
Okay.
I believe in me.
Okay, so you rolled a nat 1. You go.
Oh
and you
no. I haven't done that yet. I haven't done it yet. Just I have a 1.
Oh,
Add
okay.
to it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like, I rolled a 1. I was like, oh my, how does this go wrong? Okay.
No. Don't count me out yet.
Okay.
There's still room
Yeah.
to get that, but yeah, 6.
You aren't really able to bend the armor all that well. It is still made of pretty thick metal.
This is surprisingly sturdy for having been purchased with socks.
well,
Yeah.
I can take a look at it.
No. You finish up what you're doing and just.
Yeah, there's a reason why I only sell the best salvaged goods here at Dream Art.
One other thing. Do you have extra rope? Because
Yeah, I have a little bit more.
say 100 feet or so.
I can tie some 40, 50-foot ropes together.
Oh, sure. I'm just figuring, just in case we take the wrong portal sometime, or if we just need to tie ropes to each other, keep from getting mixed up.
Yeah, I could do that. And you see him go over to a pile of just ropes and cables and like long strips of fabric, and he starts tying some together. And you see him yank at it, look at it, and then he hands it over to you. All as a glitchy silhouette this whole time, by the way.
Yeah, we'll hand over the 10 socks. Oh, no, if only there were some pitons, ball bearings, 10-foot pole.
There is a staff.
Oh.
And you do see a lance. Don't know what you would do with a lance, but there is one.
If only I was a martial artificer, then I could just use it with intelligence. That is one of the ridiculous things, like being an artificer, battlesmith, and having an 8 in strength and dex, but you can just wield like heavy weapons now.
Yeah. You could be like a scrawny ass nerd with a sword that's like 8 feet tall. And I think that's great.
Yeah, like, you know, like even warlocks who do that, like it's you know, it's still like if you want to be you want to dip paladin, you still need so much strength, but you know.
Yeah. That's the struggle.
Yeah, artificer's strength is their brain pans. Let's see here. Oh, where's one of the doggy doggins? Do you have the stats for the doggy doggins? Or?
Oh, I'll add that in. I forgot about that.
Every campaign needs a best boy. Just
Insert.
best boy, best girl, something. Just little mascot. Poor Maladove. Getting her crabs replaced with this golden retriever.
Yeah. The number of times, you know, like a beastmaster who's a kobold rides around on a dinosaur or whatever, you know.
Oh.
Not golf den. Golden.
Golf down retriever. That. One little nice thing with these Roll20 sheets is you can just manually add like a +1 to checks or saves.
Yeah.
It doesn't always work right when leveling up, but alas. Thank you for your time, Mart. Illinder, do you have anything else, or do you think we should maybe visit?
You first.
Just if maybe we want to visit this Possum King. Is that correct?
Yes, the Possum King.
Or maybe this tavern. I mean, who knows? There might be people who've heard.
Well, the tavern is not in the Trashlands. You'd have to take an astral ship to get there.
Well, it sounds like we should visit.
It is lovely. I've been once or twice myself, but it is a bit of a haul away from here.
Oh, now that I can walk,
Yeah. Would the Possum's King Tower possibly have like is there a docks area where one could hitch a ride with presumably non-pirate
Well, most of the ships that come by through here, and they deal with me directly. I'm waiting on one ship for a while now. Don't know what's been keeping them. Can be pretty unpredictable out there on the Astral Sea.
Do you know, is there... I mean, we'd be happy to assist however we could in
I mean, I do have an alarm set that if any sort of anything gets too close to my shop from the outside, I get a notification. So beyond that, I don't know what you could do.
Well,
I mean, unless you can stop an astral storm.
not yet, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Well, if you ever learn how to do that, you will be in good business, my friend.
Well, it's wherever you want to go, little friend. Just.
I mean, I'm... As weird as this is to say, I suppose, do feel a little tuckered out, but I could keep going. Perhaps there's a bulletin board of things that we could assist with, maybe for socks or some sort of other exchange currency, like
That
gold.
would work.
Yeah, your best bet is to really just ask around. There's always people in the trash lands who need some help finding stuff, getting stuff, moving stuff. Just,
we could always keep an eye out.
sorry. Watch your pockets. Some people in there can get a little greedy, I suppose.
Yeah, Rizzy's gonna put her 3,500 soccer brewskis. Probably has to anyway in her bag of holding.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much the only place that they can fit.
Well, thank you for the heads up.
Of course, yeah, I definitely want to look out for my new top customers.
Well, goodness. Sorry, just making sure I have everything. Yep.
So, anything else I can help you with? Any other questions or whatever?
Illander, can you think of anything? Or?
No, I think I'm set. Just, storing away my socks.
Yeah, you have to put a handful into each bag and put them in the bag. It's a longer process. How many socks do you have left?
4,315.
Nice. Yeah, you both have a decent number of socks.
Yeah, and if we want to pile them all in one sock pile.
I mean, if you want to run communal sock bank, I'm not opposed.
Sure. How much did you say you had? 4,300?
4,315.
That 15 will get you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just keep a tally of it. We can keep our sock pile separate, just in case Maladov has any strong feelings about it.
That's true. That's true.
And I'll just keep the tally of...
Mm-hmm.
So 7,815 between us, just in case we need to, Let's see. Does it seem like time is passing in Dream? Is there do we get the sense of in relation to REM sleep and everything where
Make
we
a Make a nature check.
Okay.
Or survival.
Okay. Slime team.
Okay. Seems like time is passing slowly. It's hard to tell. It's very weird. Clearly there's a before and an after. But how it is relative to the real world is feeling a little nebulous.
Interesting. How are you feeling, Belindir?
Fairly good. Okay, I'm going to approach this a different way. I know that I had expended most of my spell slots before going to bed tonight. Do I have a sense that I've regained them in this space?
You feel pretty recharged. Almost as if this is a whole new you. A version of you that lives on this plane of existence.
Interesting. I feel honestly better than I expected. You know, it would be more perilous to travel without my holy symbol for some time, but other than that, I should be set.
Well, I mean, if we do have the meeting with the mayor and everything in the morning, so if we wanted to try and get through another day and be more prepared, probably this time remember to knock on Maladov's door and say, hey, don't forget your sleep mask. That might be... I mean, I would be fine with that.
Yeah, I think that would be the safer course.
Okay.
Okay, so what are you gonna do?
Well, walking out into the... turning around from the Dream Mart, do we see, the area from whence we came? Do we seem to get a sense of, we can... we can wake ourselves back up,
You feel like if you were to choose to wake up at any moment, you can just wake up.
Okay. We click our heels and whatnot.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would be happy to, we on the count of 3, perhaps, we can.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it was great meeting you two, and I look forward to
Pleasure
seeing
to meet you.
in your future dreams.
Oh, absolutely.
And the Dream Mart figure glitchily waves goodbye.
And Rizzy probably starts counting from 3 and corrects course and says, sorry, 1, 2, 3.
Okay. And you wake up and the scene around you fades to black, and you push the eye mask up onto your forehead and you find yourself in the cozy stone rooms of the Rested Eyes Tavern. And with that, I think it is time for us to take a short rest, have some food, and do you want to say we'll be back at 5? At top of the hour?
Yeah. Top of the hour. Can do.
Okay, I will see you all soon.
Okay.
Short rest. Hello, you wonderful nerds. We are back to our game of Dungeons and Dreamquests. And, yeah, we have finished our short rest. And it's time for Dice of the Day. And I have a die picked out. It's nothing too fancy, but it's sentimental. This one is just a glitter one from, I think it's HD Dice, and it's like a purple glitter. It's hard to see. It's purple glitter with pink swirls. It's simple, but when I first came up with the idea for this campaign, this was the first set of dice that I got for it, so it's special to me. Even if it's not, like, actually special.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah. And since I knew that we were going to be in the astral plane, I decided that this would be the perfect time to break that die out.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yep, so I have an astral plane themed dice palette that you can kind of see. Okay. So, the party has woken up. Maladove is still sleeping.
Well, we probably should let her rest, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine, raising all those crabs all by herself.
Yeah, being a single crab mom, gotta be rough.
Mm-hmm.
This far from a body of water, the
Yeah.
other side of town.
Yeah.
Poor thing, though. She's gonna oversleep.
Yeah.
Well, live and learn,
Well, I'm gonna gear up my standard attack and wander downstairs.
Okay, then let me... where's the right window? Oh, is this the window? Is this the window? That's the window. Okay. You find yourselves back in the tavern.
When we look around, does it look like everybody's been replaced with flumps wearing disguise kits and like top
Make an
hats or
investigation check.
anything? Okay. Let's see. 15?
15? Yeah, the people do not seem to be a bunch of flumps in a trench coat.
It's good. It's a good thing to check, though.
Mm-hmm. Just we might want to make sure to check every day just in case.
Yep.
Just in case the town's being replaced with flumps,
Why is this acting weird?
No thoughts, only vibes.
Yep. This is now a lo-fi hip hop beats to relax and or study to channel.
Yes.
Any new developments this morning? Rizzy asks Trish and the bartender.
Nothing new. We did have to adjust the barrel and put a second barrel on today, but
Were there noises or?
yeah, it was like thumping.
Yeah, double barreling is definitely a good call.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Stupid flumps.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, these particular flumps are not, as far as I know, representative of all flumps, but
True.
Should we clear that out again?
I mean, sure. I could. Let me see what I've got in terms of doing a clear out. Yeah, I figure I could do it as a probably not fire. Don't want to burn the tavern down again. But I could make a little ballista, and we could go a sniping.
Yeah, if you're open to it, I'll help move the barrels and we can clear out that room just so it doesn't build up too bad.
Sure.
Okay.
How do we want to do we want like Trish or somebody to put the barrels behind us, or just in case any of them are able to slip past us?
Whatever you're open to.
Okay. Let's see. Do we have any source of light? I mean, I can light a torch. Because it's dark down there, right?
Yeah, it's a small little wine cellar.
Is it being dark a concern?
Well, it'll just be harder to see them, right?
Well, I have dark vision and I can gift dark vision. So
Right,
yeah.
you have advanced
point.
dark vision. Yeah.
yes.
Mm-hmm. In that case, never mind.
No,
I'm sorry.
it's fine. I just wanted to check if that was a concern you had because I can help.
I mean, you know, should be fine if we're all fine. Yeah. Or we could also use this rope. Hold the trapdoor shut on our end, like pull it down as we go down.
Yeah.
Tie it to
Larry-
like the bottom of the
Larry
ladder.
says, "Can you not do this during the breakfast rush?"
Oh, sure. We can.
Whenever is convenient for you. It's just we're offering so it doesn't get out of control down in there.
I appreciate it, but I just don't want to scare off the customers.
Yeah.
Perfectly understandable. Let us know when you want us to do it then.
Yeah,
And-
mid-afternoon, around 2 to 3, between lunch and dinner is usually quietest.
Sounds good.
He gives you a enthusiastic thumbs up. So, speaking of the breakfast rush, can I get you two lovely ladies anything for breakfast?
I mean, I'm fine. I in my room.
I will. Yes, please.
Okay, we have eggs, we have pancakes, we have some smoked fish.
Pancakes sound divine.
Okay, Trish, you heard her. Order of pancakes, short stack or a full stack?
A short stack.
Okay. And do you want any jam on those?
What do you have?
We have boysenberry and we have cloudberry.
You know, I'm intrigued by cloudberry, but you can't go wrong with boysenberry. I think I'm gonna have to go with boysenberry.
Wise choice. And he pulls out a jar of jam and opens it up. Okay. And I'll put it on your tab. And he kind
Much
of
appreciated.
and he kind of gives you a knowing nod.
Mm-hmm.
So, you were saying that other people's basements have been having problems?
Yes, it seems to be an ongoing concern around town. Basements seem to be easy pickings for these creatures, so to speak.
The guards who got frozen is from gazers coming out of them.
Mm-hmm.
Does he know what
Yep.
a gazer is? Nope. What's a gazer?
And,
Little eyeball thing, tendrils, more eyeball.
Yeah, think like a big floating eye with a bunch of, like, instead of hair, it has other eyes. Just many, many eyes.
A lot
Kind
of
of floats.
eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't like that. Don't like that. Glad it didn't bother my tavern.
But those particular creatures, they tend to have different effects, I believe, and one of the such effects was the freezing of the city guard that we had to thaw out. So yeah.
Oh, lovely. I mean, if it could have made ice to put in some of the drinks, that would have been appreciated at least, but...
Well, I mean, we can try to capture one, perhaps.
Capture it and use it as an ice machine?
Put some, put these pests to good use.
I mean, if you could figure out a way to tame it, sure. Oh, I'm sorry. I did not silence my phone, and I have a really obnoxious notification tone.
Yeah, Rizzy probably whispers under her breath, tame, like, break its spirit, more like,
Yeah, it's like trying to
decide
tame a
these
wild
pancakes
horse.
are so good that I missed that comment. Just
Yeah, they're decent pancakes. I mean, the grain itself is not the best. It's not that finely milled, but for like a very coarse whole grain pancake.
They're homemade whole grain pancakes with homemade jam, and they're made fresh. Like, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
No new news around town, right? No, Killian hasn't come by with any sort of warnings.
Nothing
The bears
new.
haven't.
Factory is still under 24-hour watch.
I just kind of sideways glance at Rizzy because we kind of need to deal with that, but
Yeah, I mean, we could certainly have that conversation. And perhaps Rizzy would be happy to check out the damage around town if Ilindir is not, obviously no rush to eat those.
I don't have any
pancakes.
other plans. Just we were gonna meet with the mayor and Maladov. Well, she had wanted to go on the ship, but I have a feeling that she's not gonna make it.
Yeah. Well, I think she's earned a personal day if she needs it.
The only thing I had on is that I wanted to go back to caves to retrieve and I kind of just trail off because I realize I really don't talking about this in mixed company. So
Well, yeah, we can get to it then.
Okay. So, what do you want to start with?
Oh, do we want to start by chatting with the mayor?
I think that would be the highest priority right now.
Yeah. See if we can hunt down Killian as well, because I believe that the idea would be we'd all meet together.
Okay. Yeah, you can certainly do that. So you go out of the tavern, and you see the town is starting to be bustling for the day. A musician is setting up in the pagoda. The little gazebo in the town square. Let me actually move you to the town square. And I will move Maladove out of town. Okay. And, yeah, you see the musician is setting up. The lady who has the little market stall has just finished putting her wares out, and Jeff the dried plums guy is shouting, "Dried plums! Dried plums!"
Oh, goodness.
And what are your passive perceptions?
Let's see. For Rizzy, 12.
13.
Okay. As you look at Jeff as he's shouting about the plums, for a brief moment, Illindir, you notice that his face seemed completely featureless and blank for a brief moment there.
I sort of like rubbed the sleep out of my eyes and glance again because it must have been a trick of the light. That
Yep, you go and look again, and there he is, scruffy-looking human guy.
Are you okay? You seemed like you missed an hour or two of snooze times.
For a moment, I thought he didn't have a face. I can't have been right. I couldn't have seen that right.
Well, if we want to loiter at the peach stand for 10 minutes, I could try to detect magic and just sort of walk around the market, see if anything pings.
If that's what you want to do.
I mean, we're not running late to the mayor's meeting, right?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we can do that just in case somebody's.
Sorry.
Wasn't as bad as you think it
Okay.
was.
Yeah, luckily it hit the bottom of the mic.
Yeah, do it. Walking around with the detect magic. Do I get any pings?
You get, some of the musical instruments do have a mild aura of enchantment magic. A few of the items on the trinket table have transmutation. But Jeff is just Jeff. No magic there.
Okay. Just in case some foul creature was using a disguise of some sort with magic. What the trinkets in particular that are giving off the transmutation magic?
You see a bangle, like a little bracelet, and you see a hair clip.
I'm gonna ask the stall owner about those two items in particular.
Okay. Yeah, so, one of the items here, the bracelet, this lets you, it's a little weird, wasn't sure what I was getting into when I bought this one, but, you can put it on, and, you can detach your hand, and then reattach it.
Oh goodness!
Yeah,
with
it's a little
control?
weird. Yeah, you can make the hand walk around and.
Oh, I mean, I could make a prosthetic hand. I think so. You could just have an extra hand.
Huh. That's And what about the hair accessory? The
Oh, that one's pretty useful. You put it in, and you could speak a command word, and it won't have your hair become loose until you say the command word. You don't have to worry about it slipping out. It's so convenient.
Oh wow, that is ideal right there. How much is the, you know?
15 gold for the hair clip.
What about the bangle?
The bangle, it's a little niche, so I'll say 7 gold.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna have to think about the hair accessory and
Okay.
Yeah, the I mean, you know, it to not have to worry about your hair, free up your hands to make more hands, you know. That's
I guess? Well, sure. I'm just glad I finally got to take her.
yeah. Yeah, we might have to come back for that. Well, if I mean, I could also stop by the Raven's Master office is right next to City Hall, right?
I guess, yeah.
I mean, we could hit it up afterwards if that works. Don't want to, you know, the morning delivery rush or whatever. Don't want to disturb that.
Yeah, he's probably out doing his morning rounds.
Yeah. Well, do I look okay? I mean, do these leggings they look like
I mean, they make your butt look great.
Oh,
they do.
Yeah.
So they
normally that's not what I notice about a person, but in this case, I mean, the results speak for themselves. Just.
I mean, the Moon Maiden's not doesn't have many passages about badonkadonks, I'm guessing.
Not as such.
Well, thank you. Yeah, Rizzy has, you know, done a little bit of effort to get appropriately dressed up for the occasion.
This is a great counter to, you know, Elendir, who is wearing, you know, her armor. And just, this is the same look that she had yesterday. Yep. Probably the same look she'll have tomorrow. Just.
Yeah. Like Rizzy straightened the frame on her half glasses and.
Yep. And she, and the sales lady turns to Elendir and she says, "You're one of those adventurers, aren't you?"
I mean, in a sense, I view myself as a guild artist first, but...
Ah, okay. Well, if you'd be willing to do me a bit of a favor, I think somebody's been stealing some of my goods when I'm not looking. Oh? If you could track down the thief, and even better, if you could track down all the missing things, I'll give you a good reward.
Do you have a list of what's missing?
A mirror, handful of spoons, I think it was 7 in particular, and I think a brooch of some sort. I think it's the one that looks like a small cat.
Okay.
Are any of these magical by chance, or?
No. Luckily, they just took what they could, I think.
Okay. We will. Do you know, is there anybody in particular that, or any time of day in particular that you've noticed suspicious activity around your stand?
Not exactly, no. Just when I do my inventory at the end of the day, sometimes I come up a few items short.
And has this been like an ongoing thing? Has this have you noticed more and more items disappearing, or did they all disappear at once?
It's been happening for the past week. Wasn't an issue during Oktoberfest, strangely enough.
Have you noticed anyone loitering around, or?
No, not that I've noticed.
Any other shopkeepers around here that you've heard mention anything like that to you? Similar missing items?
Nothing comes to mind. I mean, I know that the tailor had to close up shop due to the tree ant infestation. And Wizard Owl hasn't mentioned anything. And I know that the general store has had to put their fabrics in storage. But beyond that, I haven't heard anything other than gripes about the tree ants.
Okay. Let's see.
Do I get a sense with how she's laid out her stall that the items that would have been taken easy to grab off of the cart?
Make an investigation check.
I was hoping that wasn't going to be the answer.
I can take a shot at that too.
Yep, so I'll say if you want Rizzy can roll, you can help.
Yeah, I'd prefer that.
Because she has the brain cell.
Correct. I have to take one off of whatever I roll.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, I don't...
Okay, so that is a total of 14.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna say, you see that those items are closer to the perimeter of her little display table.
Okay.
So
Are they...
And these items seem to be smaller. Like, she has a large silver platter in the center. She has a vase. So these seem to be like the smaller items on the edges.
Things that would be easy to pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in terms of the height of the display, is it something where like a child or a small-sized creature could have easily grabbed them, or would you have to be...
Yeah, it's pretty small. It's like maybe about, it's average table height.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a little table with a little umbrella canopy thing over it. Nothing too fancy. She has her little stool.
Not like we would need to look for a Goliath or a halfling walking on stilts.
Right, right.
The two genders, Goliath or halfling on stilts. Gosh. Well, we will take a look.
Okay, I would really appreciate that. Thank you. And I didn't catch your names.
Oh, I'm Elendir Tor.
Okay.
I am Rizzy.
Okay. And my name is Emmeline. Nice to meet you. And she's kind of a petite, middle-aged human lady with kind of mousy brown hair. That's kind of going gray in the front.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, and we will let you know what we are able to find.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, the town guard's been so busy with the teddy bear factory that I didn't really want to pester them about it. And then with the, I heard about the incident last night, and she kind of looks around nervously, and she's like, and, I just didn't want to put anything else on their plate,
Understandable.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, well, thank you.
Of course. Sort of walking a little bit of a circuitous route around the market. Does Rizzy get a glance? Like, is she able not to do the spy movie thing, where she's like got a newspaper with eye holes cut out, but just to get a gauge as to, maybe just to see if the Raven's master.
Make a perception check.
Okay. Let's see here. 11.
You don't really know. He could have possibly slipped into the tower when you were busy talking, so it's hard to tell.
Okay.
And it's that time of day where he might be back from doing his rounds, he might not. It's hard to tell.
Oh, well, meet cute on the street. Denied.
Yep.
Next time, maybe. Wanna go break bread with the mayor?
That makes sense to me. Though break bread, I just had cakes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess we could have gotten some baked goods or something to bring to the mayor. But honestly, I don't think
There is a bakery in town.
Should we? I mean, is that appropriate protocol? I don't know. What would Moon Mother do?
I mean, from my stance, you can't go wrong with a gift.
Sure. I mean, I can swing by the bakery. We could always grab a couple. I mean, at the very least, for the guards, like, you know,
They had a long night.
Yeah. Maybe drop by the bakery just for a minute.
Okay. So you swing by the bakery, and the smell of just wheat and oats surrounds you, cutting through the salty sea air. And you go in, and you see it's a very simple shop, just a counter with like one shelf, and it's mostly just bread. Different, like there's big loaves and there's small buns, and then you see this like really tall half-orc woman just pounding away at a big old pile of dough. Just beating the shit out of this dough. Hey, can I help yous?
Yeah. Well, we were looking for what? I'm not. It's been a minute since I've had baked goods. Ilandir, do you have any recommendations?
Well, taking a look at what's in the shop, I'm trying to look for something that strikes me as a breakfast bread, as maybe something with a sweet note.
Okay, there. You can see that there's a little sign that says plum bread, and then one that says olive bread, and then just bread.
Maybe the plum.
Couldn't hurt. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We
Are
could.
people fond of your plum bread?
Yeah, I'm the best baker in town.
Well. Insight check.
Go for it.
20.
I mean, she's the only baker in town that you've seen. And these breads don't look particularly good, and based on how she is punching into this dough and how it's absorbing the shock of her punches, it looks incredibly dense.
Bread looks a little dense. Rizzy says to
Yeah, I kind of subtly nodded. It's like, maybe we should pass this idea. Just
yeah.
Well, I have smaller rolls. I have loaves. I have this one here, and she shows, and it's kind of an attempt at a braid, but it kind of looks more phallic than anything else.
I'm certain there is a market for that somewhere.
How much for the phallic bread?
Oh,
we have found the market for that.
That one is that one's 5 silver.
I mean, that would make an impression.
It's a lobster.
Oh, okay.
And you can see that she used olives for the eyes and kind of chopped up red plums as like some attempt at coloration.
I mean, that I think Killian would get a laugh out of it.
She's just like,
I didn't mean that. Like, I meant that like in the sense of like, a lobster.
make a
How adorable.
deception check.
Let's see here. Oh, without the guidance, just a 6.
Well, she rolled a 5, so
I'll still lift my body for a moment. Just
she rolled really shit. Well, in that case, yeah, it's kind of fun, you know. Lobsters, everyone loves them, you know, until they pinch you.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, "Okay."
No, I get it. I get it. It's a lobster. Lobsters are good with butter. Bread's good with butter. This is like the perfect
Yeah.
intersection.
You get it. You get it.
I get it.
Yeah.
She is now like pulling this dough, and her muscles are bulging. She is fucking ripped.
Rizzy is leaning on the counter, maybe to show off the leggings, and you know.
You know what? I'll say 4 silver for you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Because
you're a
you
peach.
because you can appreciate some good pastry art.
Yeah. some you know, some real someone who doesn't skip leg day, I guess.
Yeah. I'll just
Yeah, I guess that means Rizzy's types are very like wayfish men and buff women, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. My name's Olga, by the way.
Oh, Rizzy, Riza Nefelda Mercy. You can call me Rizzy. Everyone who's a friend of mine calls me Rizzy.
Okay. Everyone calls me Olga. That's my name.
It's a
Gosh.
pleasure to meet you, Olga.
Nice to meet you.
I have to write Olga, the burly bread lady.
Yeah. And add phallic, quote unquote, lobster bread to your inventory.
Yes.
I mean, I get it. It works on so many levels. You do a crusty loaf. It's a crustacean. It's good with butter. The bread's good with
Crustacean.
butter.
I like it.
Yeah, no, it's top tier inspiration right there. It's
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
Take an inspo point for that one, because yeah. So now you each have an inspo from today, I think, right?
Thank you. And yeah, Rizzy might make a comment. Is there like a gym around here or something, or like what? I just noticed you. You know, just
What's a gym?
I mean, would it be reasonable for me to discern like there's enough enough of a workout that Olga
She seems to be doing a lot of manual labor here.
it's all
Stretching.
resistance band.
Yeah,
training.
literally, yeah. It's like Pilates bands, but edible. Like, and you can tell that there's like really big sacks of flour that she has to move, and wood for the fire and everything. So you can infer with your intelligence that this is all on the job muscle building.
If only Rizzy. I mean, I guess next level could always pick up the chef feat.
Oh no, do we have a love triangle that works? Who will she choose? The angsty emo bird boy or the buff bread lady?
Like, yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll start the Brian Cliff polycule.
Oh, yeah.
Have to print out the onboarding PDF, like, you know. Shout out to the Greater Seattle polycule or whatever. Oh gosh.
So, what brings you lot to town? Haven't seen you around.
Oh, just sorry.
Here for work mostly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Well,
Yep.
I was before the factory ended up full of bears.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
work a workout as well. I work out all the time.
Deception check.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh, sorry, just 6 again. We'll turn off.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, you do work out then. What kind of workouts do you do?
Lots of I get in my steps. I do stairs. I
I don't think I've ever seen you do the stairs. You just walk walls. Just
Yep. Parkour. Yes, I do that. I do free running. A lot of aerobic exercise.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, a runner. Never liked running much, but, I'm open to it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I could always like any good upper body exercises that you'd suggest. I mean, just work on my core and whatnot. Happy to.
Well, if you ever looking for some good steps, before the lift was put in, they had some stairs going up the cliff.
oh, really?
Yeah, ancient stairs are still there. They're kind of little iffy in quality, but yeah, if you ever want to want a bit of a challenge, they exist.
Well, thank you for the recommendation. We'll keep that in mind.
And they do have a lovely view.
Well, I mean, I'll just have to find some painter supplies sometime and try to paint the sunset, I guess.
Oh, that sounds lovely. You're a painter then.
I mean, I've dabbled. I'm a scrivener by trade. And,
Well, it's funny because I started with just dabbling in baking, and after I came back from the war, I was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna open up a bake shop because there wasn't one, and now I'm a baker.
oh, funny how that works out. No,
Yeah.
well, if I were in a position to toast you over finding new leases on life, I certainly would.
We can toast with toast, and she grabs a roll and rips it in half, and then rips another piece, and gives you each a piece. To a new lease on life, and she holds up the bread. And she takes a big ol' clink, and then she takes a big ol'. And it definitely has a tooth to it. Yes?
Yeah,
Can I help you, young lady?
Rizzy does her best to pretend. I mean, she's going to chew it, but she is looking for. She's mentally scanning for the nearest like spittoon or bucket outside that she after
Yeah.
she keeps the charade going for another minute or two.
Okay. This bread, Illandir, is not very good. It is grainy, it is dense, it is chewy, it is very overworked, but it is bread.
Delicious.
This is bread. And you
No
should-
deception check needed.
Yeah. I mean, compared to what Rizzy usually eats, it has more flavor and texture, probably, but she just knows she's probably not going
Yeah.
to keep it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have successfully achieved bread. You should feel proud of that.
I know, right? Not anybody can open a bake shop like this one.
It's true. That's very true.
Well, I do believe we must be running, but it was a pleasure to meet you.
It was great meeting you two, yeah. Come by anytime. And she wraps up a little paper bag and hands it over to you.
Thank you. And Rizzy does her best to do that thing that runners do when they're like jogging and checking their pulse, like to just really give the implication that gonna go jogging somewhere. Real,
Okay.
You know.
Are you
Make
okay?
make a performance check.
Okay. Gonna kick a chamber pot or something. 8.
8. She kind of looks at you and raises an eyebrow.
Oh. Sorry, I always forget I need to lift both my feet off the ground.
She raises her other eyebrow.
I do believe we should be going though. Thank you again.
Thank you.
And yeah, Rizzy.
Yeah,
Sheepishly
you
probably.
see a trash can not far from the town square.
Well, Rizzy probably does her best to not draw attention to herself as she, bends down. Oh, I think I dropped something, and wipes her mouth, checks her vanity.
Yeah. Okay.
That was an experience.
Yes, indeed. It's the stairs though. That's a really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Not that now I immediately want to make some painter supplies and try to convince any buff bakers to watch the sunset with me. Anyway, let's
Mm-hmm. Are you interested in Olga?
I'm no, not at all. I mean, just
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Just
she just reminds me of someone back home.
oh,
Well, yeah.
I won't push. I won't push.
She just reminds me of my old roommate, Misha, who wasn't wasn't strong or tall or a baker, but it's kind of
Then
similar. Sorry,
Then in what way does she remind you of?
just kind of a similar. What's the word? A joie de vivre. Just a general kind of willingness to do things without being all concerned as to whether am I doing it right? Is this the right is this the right course of action? Just being.
She does not seem to care about whether it's right or not. You're right.
Well, just having that kind of confidence, unburdened by that nagging voice in the back of your head telling you that everything you're doing is wrong and that you're a fraud and you will.
Do you have a voice like that?
No. Do I need to roll a deception check?
With how nervous you've been, maybe.
Yeah, you can roll deception and you can roll insight.
That works for me. Let me double check when
I'm probably probably disadvantaged for me, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes. Oh, well, okay.
I don't know how this is. Oh gosh.
Alright,
Okay.
alright.
Yeah, that sounds legit.
I just I know a lot of people who've had those kinds of thoughts, those kinds of intrusive thoughts, and they can be a lot. It can be difficult to push past them, and I'm just, especially for people who survived the war, like it's a big step.
Yeah. War was. Anyway, we're gonna go see the mayor.
Oh yeah, yes, and we've got this wonderful lobster bread.
Are you sure about that?
I mean, do we want to try to shape it into something like 2 lobsters or?
I'm I'm not sure there's a way to salvage the bread in a way to present to the mayor and have it go well for us.
I guess we could. I could put on my gloves here, and we could maybe chop it up into discrete pieces, put it on a tray. You think?
I think we have a better shot without the bread. If you want the bread, though, that's.
Oh, so you're saying I should
Mhm.
I should save it for a certain Ravens master. Good thinking.
that might go over better.
Yeah, I'm sure Corvin would love it. I know how I'm sure
He
lobsters
eats food.
Yeah. Lobsters are his crustacean sona, I would imagine. So. Anywho.
So I think we wander over to town hall. Made it
Okay.
yet.
Do you go and see if you could find Killian first?
Yeah, I think we want to be a united front for this.
Okay. So, are you going to check by the factory for him?
Sure. Yeah, let's.
Yep, he's there. With the other guards, just kind of keeping watch, making sure that nothing escapes. Make a perception check. Both of you. Okay.
Oof.
So, a bit of sand gets in your eye, and you have to take a minute to blink it out. But Rizzy, you notice that it looks like the door to the factory is more boarded up. It looks like they have really worked to reinforce the doors.
Good morning. How are things over here in the factory?
Well, now they're seeming pretty good, but last night things started to rumble, and we decided to try and reinforce things just in case.
Well, if you'd like as well, I think Ilindir and I could take a shot at helping with that. Maybe after the meeting with the mayor, if to reinforce your reinforcements.
I'd appreciate that.
Certainly. And, sorry, I just wanted to. Captain, one thing. Actually, wait, no, that's. They wouldn't know about the Dreamscape. Never mind.
I mean, you could certainly ask.
Yeah, you know about the dream, right? No, I'm not. Dang it. Any new bumps in the night overnight? Did the guard experience, to your knowledge?
Not that I know of. I mean, dealing with the rumbling and rambling in there was enough of a bump, I think.
Well, glad it was a relatively uneventful night after the big chill.
Yeah. Tell me about it. That was weird.
How is Captain Killian looking?
He looks tired. He looks tired as fuck.
Speaking of which, are you still feeling up to helping facilitate that meeting with the mayor this morning? If
you kidding me? Being able to get off my feet and sit in a real chair for some time and deal with that bureaucratic mumbo jumbo sounds like the break I need.
Oh, well, that sounds good to us. If that works for you,
Works for me.
you could always swing by the tavern again and get some, or the inn and get some coffee if you'd like.
I don't do the coffee. I mean, if you want to get some, well, go for it. I'll wait outside though.
I've already had.
Slightly more chew than I'm used.
Yeah, it's very new to this part of the world, and let's just say that we haven't quite gotten the hang of making it right. I think. Mind you, I don't travel a whole lot, but when I do, coffee's usually better.
Yeah, coffee's kind of a little bit of a status symbol up in the north. You know that lots of people with like square glasses, those people who have like whiskers, but just like very very, like kind of, what do they call that? Like
Oh, the dwarven posers, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. They usually have the buns on the top of their heads.
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah. I know the types. Try to pretend they're like lumberjacks or something, but they're actually like, I don't know, prissy little office monkeys.
They ride those fixed gear penny farthings. You know the type, yeah.
Yeah. I've dealt with a few of them who came here for Oktoberfest once, and luckily they decided not to come back.
They probably were constantly asking for IPAs, right?
Yeah.
Don't even know what those letters stand for.
Yeah, who the hell even knows?
Yeah.
Linder's just nodding along. She has no idea what this concept, but
I mean, yeah, I could understand APAs because of Amaret. I hear that's, but
Yeah.
IPA, I don't. What if it?
yeah, APAs, letters.
Yeah. My favorite referencing format.
Yes.
MLA is not where it's at. AMA, I'll use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll ask me anything from time to time as well, But Chicago format though.
No, I hate Chicago. Format. The city, never been. Here it's lovely.
Oh, it's nice. It's got good public transit.
I've
They have
heard.
a special type of relish there.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know that. I just know that their pizza's weird but delicious.
They have a specialty type of hot dog that's unique to the city, and the relish is on it is not a standard relish. It's this neon green relish, and if you use any other kind of relish, it's not a Chicago dog. So,
I'll have to read about that.
yeah.
So Killian talks to his guards and points to the town hall, and they nod, and he starts walking in the direction of the town hall.
All right. Go to join him.
Okay. So yeah, you walk into the town hall building, and you see the receptionist at the bottom, at the entrance, sitting at the little table. The little gnome lady with the big, floofy red hair. Oh, you're here for the meeting. Excellent. I'll stone her. And she picks up the stone and activates the glyph, and she says, your appointment is here. Okay. I'll send them right up. And she says, do you know where the room is, or do you need me to show you?
If you could show us.
I think Killian would know where it is, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I have that covered. Yeah. I'll show you.
Okay.
So it's routine by now. And you follow him up, and you see the mayor sitting at her desk with 3 chairs laid out. Actually, no, 4 chairs, because she's expecting 4 of you. Laid out in front of it. And on the desk, the center of it is cleared off, and there is a map of the coast. Oh, thank you all for coming here. I'm glad that you were able to make it.
with apologies, Mayor, our
Yeah.
additional party member will not be joining us today.
Yeah, I was expecting 4, but you can just fill her in after the fact, I assume. Anyway, this meeting is important, and I didn't want to postpone. So, where should we begin?
Well, to start with, Madam Mayor found town.
So I've heard.
Yeah, and it's from those portals that the gazers came from.
Okay, and where was this portal?
Well, we can point to, I forget the couple's house that,
Yeah, but you point to approximately the block where it was, and she takes a copper piece and she marks it. She marks the map with a copper coin.
from
Adding the tavern we're staying at, there's a pool in the basement there. There's another one in Bed Bath Beyond, and one in the cave system.
So that's 4. Huh.
it's as far as we have deduced thus far, they seem to be popping up all around town without any sort of pattern in terms of like geographical positioning. It doesn't necessarily seem to align to like it spreading in, from one neighborhood outwards. So
Yeah, this is looking very random so far. As you see the shiny coins reflecting the light in this very haphazard looking pattern.
it Rizzy's sort of glancing at Ilindir. Do we like sort of making kind of a like a gesture indicating like opening up a book? Like, do we want to mention the book?
The last time we did, it went bad. I'm not saying a word about that.
And we've spoken a little bit to Wizard Owl as far as what we can tell. These portals seem to be one-way portals. Again, seem to be popping up specifically in basements or lower levels and dwellings.
You see that she's writing this all down.
Boarding up the points of egress and to people's basements seems to be at least a temporary measure, but we're guessing they're going to keep coming.
And the problem is that once there are too many things beyond the door, nothing through. And then you have to deal with all of those creatures at once.
Right. So it's dealing with a lot at once or a slow trickle over the course of time.
Exactly.
Yes, that's a difficult decision. But I assume that with the right tactics, we would be able to pretty much do ambushes for, let the swarm out, destroy the swarm, and then board it up again and repeat. Just have routine.
I mean, it'll buy us time,
exterminations.
but
Yeah.
it seems to me that we need to find the source of what this is.
Yeah, we need to figure out the source and how to close these. Really just anything about them. Now, you said they're going to the Astral Plane. Does she know what the Astral Plane is? No, she does not. Not exactly sure what you mean by that. I know that there's other planes of existence, but which one's the Astral?
The astral plane being sort of the outer, think of it kind of the outer wrapping around, at least per my understanding, pretty far out. It's not like taking a sojourn to the Feywild after taking the wrong turn at a forest crossroads. It's pretty far out there. There are humanoids and such that live out there, but their societies tend to be nowhere near as pleasant and congenial as, say, Bryancliff.
She looks confused, but she nods a little bit. So, the people there we may have to worry about.
Yeah, it's very possible that...
From what we heard, I would believe so. There were a lot of groups mentioned as being groups we don't want to be near. And if these doorways open near one of those, we won't have a choice.
Yeah.
Do you have any information about any of those groups that we may have to look out for?
I can describe the Githyanki. They are rarely seen in Farinia in general, but they tend to be. I would compare them to sort of pirates, privateers, corsairs.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll sort of describe them sort of medium-sized, generally slender of build, greenish skin, elven ears, the kind of
Skeletal nose.
the more like I guess like Yanti or possibly dragon folk, lizard folk, and they also have been known to ride dragons. So
I guess she looked completely nonplussed until you said dragons. Well, we've dealt with our fair share of various raiders and gangs and pirates over the course of the years, so that part doesn't alarm me too much. But dragons kind of that worries me a lot.
Well, and even in the context of the Gith, as far as we have seen thus far, we have mostly been dealing with smaller creatures. From the stories I've heard about the Gith, they are the kinds of pirates that other pirates would have nightmares about. Let's just say they tend to be maybe a cut above in terms of their training and their ruthlessness.
If you see her write down worse than pirates, and then she underlines worse twice.
It could be possible that these creatures we've encountered, which again, gazers, flumps, not creatures who congregate together typically, and flumps in particular not typically hostile or predatory. It does seem to imply some sort of coordination, possibly by Gith, possibly by some other intelligent being who resides in the astral plane, who is doing this deliberately. But as to why, I don't think we have many clues on that just yet.
Yeah, it seems like we have a lot of variables here that we still can't quite figure out.
Yeah. In consulting with Wizard Al, I believe that we have reason to believe that additional experts in planar magics and such might, if there is anyone who would be able to consult, that would probably be helpful. I think.
Nobody in this town, really. The closest thing we have is Wizard Al. But I can send word to the capital and see if maybe we can get one of their mages to consult.
I can go ahead and put together some more flyers. I don't know if you've seen them around town.
Oh, I've seen them. I appreciate that. Thank you.
For sure, yeah. I could work on putting together more flyers that would be potentially useful for distribution in other towns as well, just in case there are other towns who are experiencing similar phenomena.
I have not heard anything from the other mayors, and I would not like to cause a panic.
Understandable.
But if there is any inkling that this is starting to spread beyond our borders, we will have to act fast.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I suggested to Captain Killian, or we suggested, possibly figuring out. They seem to come at night. They seem to be prone to targeting sleeping people, especially sleeping people who might have not properly secured their basements or cellars.
Mm-mm.
As far as what we'd recommend for like a curfew or buddy system or something like that, depending on how these things spread, that might be something we would personally advise as something to consider, and we would be happy to assist. Obviously, not don't want to speak for Elendil here, but to assist in dealing with any new infestations that start popping up with regularity around town.
Yes, we can look into how to best set up a buddy system, how we should go about advising people, things of that nature.
Elendil, is there something I'm missing, or something that we should?
With regards to the portals, I think we've covered just about everything. The other issue I would like to bring up is clearing out the factory and setting a plan to actually do that, because we cannot be fighting this battle on two fronts. And if the factory doors go down, we're gonna have to be yonder.
Yes, that's what I fear. Then Killian says, if you want, I can offer you a few of my guards to help you clear that out. I could even go with you. I mean, if you want.
Oh, certainly. I mean, do you notice whether the bears tend to be nocturnal, diurnal? Like, are they more active at certain times of the day or night?
Honestly, I don't think they sleep.
Okay. Well, let me see, how do I want to put this? Those doors are not the only way into the factory, are they? I say, knowing the answer.
Wait, was that a question or a comment?
It's a question, but I know the answer. Is that
She says, I haven't really looked at the schematics. My sister would know more about that. But I know the building doesn't have windows. That much I know.
Yeah. I'm no carpenter myself, but I do have a few friends in the guild back in my shell, and from what I understand, generally they would build such trapdoors, like higher up in the buildings, with the scaffolding as necessary for points of egress in and out, in partially constructed structures. So that might be a possibility to prevent or minimize the likelihood of the bears getting past any of the guard or Elendil and I.
Yeah, if that's the case, then we can take a strike team on the roof and try to take them out without engaging them in melee. Have a better shot of picking off the forces without threatening to open the door.
That is a good idea.
Yeah. Even if we were to engage them, and like if there were a reason to engage them in melee, say, if there were any activities that they were participating in that were patently unsafe, we could always rappel down as needed. We do have quite a bit of rope.
Good to know. Good to know. And Kelly says, and my guards all have rope, and we have a few grappling hooks as well.
Mm-hmm. That would, it sounds like that would be the best option if there is a way on inside the building from the roof.
Killian says, if you want, I could send a guard to scout.
Yeah.
Oh. Certainly, yes.
I think that would be advisable, just so we can figure out what our best way to clear this is.
Sounds good. And Mayor says, so, when do you want to go about doing this? Today? Tomorrow?
Sooner would be better than later, but we are already slated to clear out the tavern around 2:30.
Well, I mean, we could take care of this. I mean, we've still got a little bit of morning light left, right?
It's about 10:30 at this point. So it's still fairly early.
We could, yeah, we could. I mean, we could certainly check back with the inn. I mean, if depending on the size of the window, we could, if 3:30 would be fine, just as much as 2:30, we could always,
Yeah, and Killian says, well, it's not like I have anything scheduled other than, continuing to guard the factory, so,
Well, how's this? We go over, we scout out, we make our plan. We go back to the tavern, we take care of that, and then we roll the factory.
That could work.
It's a busier day than I was originally anticipating.
Yeah, it sounds like you have one hell of a day ahead of you. But I will obviously be able to compensate you for this, and if you clear out the factory, my sister would also probably be able to offer you some compensation for your efforts.
Thank you. We will get to work on that. If in terms of the schematics or in terms of any sort of points of egress from above, you can just we'll check back with you, or if however the logistics of that work. It will.
I think I gave you one of my sending stones.
Oh, yeah.
Just fill me in.
Okay.
And Killian says, and I'll also let you know, boss.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Anything else that I should be aware of?
Glancing over back at Ilindir, just
No thoughts, only vibes. Just
yeah. We will stay on the trail of things, follow the development, see if we can find any patterns in this budding infestation. And as soon as we find anything that might clue us in as to the where, what's, hows, and whys, well, I guess we know the hows, but the others things, we will be sure to report back.
Thank you. Yes. I do appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And, like I said, just keep me in the know. And actually, how about I give you some of the compensation now for your efforts and some of it later?
Oh, that works just fine for me.
Okay, so she counts out 80 gold for each of you. And she turns to Killian and she says, and this will go on your next paycheck as well. She says, thank you.
For a second, I was worried this was coming out of Killian's paycheck.
Oh, no, he's fine.
just spin right around. It's like, no. Pay you back, no.
Oh, gosh.
Killian says, "Okay, I'll check in with you later, boss." He nods and starts heading out of the office.
Yep, I'm set to follow after him down to the scout, find the tower there.
Okay, cool. So you make your way out of the office and into the town square. You see that there's now a few townsfolk walking about. You see some guards kind of doing their rounds, just a pair of them. And all pretty much at one point in time, like in unison, the townsfolk and the guards all stop in their tracks, turn around facing the water, and their eyes all flash, one red, one green, and take a step forward. And another step. Another step. And then they blink, their eyes are normal, they go back to doing their business. And that is where we're going to call it for today.
What? Nope, not okay. No.
Did we just encounter an Astral Plane flash mob? Oh no.
That's totally my new band name.
You saw that right? No. People without faces. No.
This is
Does that count as something we need to tell the mayor? I'll turn right around, right?
I don't. Oh, I don't know what. I mean, yeah. Other than putting all of the city watch on administrative leave, I don't know if there's. Until we understand why, we probably need to just keep an eye out.
Yeah. What can you do?
Don't like that. Don't like that. All right.
Oh gosh.
Okay. And with that, we will see you, I think, in 2 weeks. Should be able to work. You can follow us on Twitter. We also post this as a podcast and to YouTube a few days afterwards. Last week we did have some technical difficulties, so our stream went up late. But I do plan on posting this either Monday or Wednesday, if things go as planned. And this week's stream will have significantly less editing than last week's, hopefully. Okay. And I will see you in your dreams. Bye.